just wanna be heard from your mom to your pop to the beat to the birds. My cut right off on the curb like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my home team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like yeah. In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like what? In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like what? Whole squad like yeah. In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. Whole squad like yeah. In the field like yeah. All day like yeah. All night like yeah. You don't want problems. You don't want smoke.
We are just across the Allegheny River from downtown Pittsburgh at rain-soaked Heinz Field in the Steel City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready? 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
They go play action with Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now the former Notre Damer, this is C.J. Prosise. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. He hits his running back, Prosise. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
What we got?
Jackson on first down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And again, they stop him behind the line. That is read well for a second straight play defensively. Jackson, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bud Dupree, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And it's taken in at the 9. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Watch one. It's coming this way. Here we go. Big Ed.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch the run. They're running it. Hey, check. Mike 21.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fields. And he connects with Vance McDonald. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Back to throw. Fields. He's going to air one into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas, and he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Throwing is Jackson. Buying time to his left. Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Play action. It's Jackson. Now he's flushed out left. And now he's going to use his legs. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, not much there that time. And I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or 2.
On 2nd down now. It's Grant, and a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
He can run for it, and he will. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. They will run with Grant. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. The Steeler defense proving its mettle here. And now this is 3rd and goal. Now Jackson. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. A 3-yard touchdown run as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, we had the scoreless first quarter of play. We sure didn't have to wait long into the 2nd quarter to get some action on the scoreboard.
So was the first quarter a feeling out process? I mean, that was an interesting quarter, wasn't it? Because we had some action, we had some good play, just didn't have any points. So now it's game on.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
He's coming, double up. Here we go. Here we go. Run the mic. Watch one. Hey, defense, let's go.
To throw on 2nd down, Fields. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just...
Through an opening, and there he goes. The 20, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Corey Grant, 79 yards. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On 1st down, Fields. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Check 6. Check Mike 21. Check Mike 21. I got one.
2nd and 3. And a big loss is here as he's taken down. Matt Judon. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third.
Bandit. Watch twist. Right there. 54, right there. 54.
Operating from the gun. Fields. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. An update from a game going on in Indianapolis. And it's now a 2-touchdown advantage for the Bengals. And we'll be sure to keep an eye on that one as we go along here. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Here's Grant. And an alley to run. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll be taken down at the 26. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
A gain of 27 on the play. And the Ravens first.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Corey Grant with his second touchdown here in this first half as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Mike 7. Hey, watch the screen.
2nd and 2. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point put through by Boswell. On the NFL scoreboard, second quarter up in Minneapolis. And it's the Titans who are off to the early lead in that ball game. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Steven Nelson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. T.J. Green with a pick. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Cameron Hayward in on the tackle. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Switch.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
You can't block me.
Throwing again. Fields. And my goodness, another interception. T.J. Green with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Throwing to start the drive. Fields. Short little throw to Ebron. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Second and 5. Johnson's got it complete. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
Switch. Go.
On 3rd and 2, Fields flushed out right. He may try and run for this. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short, only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Hey, let's get in them holes.
They're going to try and throw. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Throwing on 1st down, Fields. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Off play action, Fields. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call.
Take four. Whip. Watch the whip. Kill. Hey, turn it.
Looking to throw. Fields. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. This will be fielded at the 17. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Mike 7.
On 1st and 10, Fields. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Matt Judon picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Tighten up. Slam. Showing it.
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Mike 7. Watch the out. Check 13. Check 9. Watch the twist. Slam. Bravo. Tammy's a Mike. Watch the flag.
Back to throw. Fields. He's going to look deep down the field. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Watch 1. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. So Mike,
Throwing on. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And that will come the offense as they take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. This is Grant, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They go back to Grant. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson, escaping the pressure right. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Now, that's a big pickup right there, and so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking out play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
2nd, 3rd levels, you could see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively. Pushing through tacklers at the 30. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down.
I'd sure love to offer some advice to the defensive coordinator, but his guys are just getting run over by an offense that's executing like a well-oiled machine.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for, but it's going to be 2nd down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
On 2nd down, it's Grant. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big first down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
A first throw for the backup Foles. Being chased out left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Stephon Tuitt racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. They're going to set up the screen here. This is Grant. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Corey Grant with his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season. As the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On first down, Fields eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right, and that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 49 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Safety's creeping.
From the gun, Fields. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
7's a Mike. Mike 7. Hey, get 2-6. Mike 7. Mike 7. Hey, tight. 7's a Mike. Ricky. Mike 7. Mike 7.
Crunch time, defense.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Fields. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and they're going to have a third down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Operating from the gun. Fields. Flushed out right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A running play there, going to get 11 as they get a quick first down. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Grant. There to stop him, Terrell Edmonds.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they won't put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Play action. Now Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Now a signal and a timeout here on the defensive side of the ball. So they want to stop it with 1 second to go prior to the 2-minute warning. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. We are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. And he's unable to haul it in. So it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field. And that brings up 4th. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Returnable here from the 38. 12 yards on the return that time. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Around the NFL, they're in the 4th now in Green Bay. And that one is now a 2-touchdown lead for the Packers. If they hang on, that would up their win total to 5 on the season so far. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line.
Check 99. Switch. That's it. Here we go. One's the mic. Watch one. Watch the curl. Watch the curls.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Matt Judon getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Looking to throw. Fields. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
13 yards on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Under 10. 10. Off. 3. Deuce. Here we go. One's the mic. Watch it.
On 3rd down, Fields. is here as he's taken down. Calais Campbell has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage,